began by drawing a very basic outline of the face, and I did the same with the hair, so just a line drawing of looking for the big shapes of the way that the hair fell into different sections around the face. I then switched to a very soft 8B pencil and began adding some very general tone. I looked at where the broadest lights and darks were, but at the beginning I was really putting in more of a mid-tone, as it's always better to go darker later on. I also made sure that I retained some of the white of the paper, so even though the model has dark hair, some of the lightest tones will be white to create contrast within the drawing. I switched to a 6B pencil, and as I continued I built on the mid-tone and added some graduated darker tones which tend to be around the parting and as the hair disappears around into the neck. Next I used a blending stamp and dragged it across my pencil tone just to soften any mark making or texture on the paper at this stage and create more of a wash of tone. And I wanted to add some definition over the top of this soft tone, so from now on I alternated between using an eraser pencil and a 6B pencil, and I began to build in some contrast and definition into the drawing. And so previously I'd used soft graduated tone, and now I began to create some more broken and distinct edges to the changes in tone, which start to look a little bit more specific and create the impression of hair, which is obviously something which is made up of lots of small strands of hair rather than being a solid mass. Towards the end I switched to a harder 4B pencil, but probably could have used a B or 2B. I wanted to get more definition in my strokes, so at this stage I'm adding in more textural lines and put in some of those loose hairs that come away from the main body of the hair. And this is where you want to think about the scale of your mark making, so using a harder pencil will give you that finer line. And you can also see me using the eraser pencil at this point just to do the same thing with the highlights.